Hey, so I'm walking, I'm in the park. This is the best time of day, 10:30, say to 10:30 to 2:30 before the kids come out of school. Because the park is just full of walkers, joggers, people walking their dogs, that's it. I still haven't got the confidence to get back on my skates. I wasn't that good in the first place, but last year I should have taken advantage of the empty streets like my friend Mick does on Instagram. He's skating everywhere, but he's a professional skater. I'm still a beginner skater. And yeah, I didn't even think, I suppose I wasn't in the right mindset to take advantage of the streets, the empty roads last year, when I should have done, because no one was driving, were they? I should have done and I didn't, and in the meantime lost my confidence, kind of, not of skating, but of being outside, showing my inability to skate. That's what it is. So I'm walking through the park, and every time I walk through here I check out the basketball courts to see if they're unlocked yet, because during the day would be the best time to probably go in there and have some flat space. But I'm just trying to make up an excuse, because I should really try on any surface. It doesn't really matter, does it? So yeah, yesterday I didn't come out in the end. I sat in front of the computer and carried on writing, and before you know it, it was dark and it was time to cook dinner. So I didn't come out. So I thought, well, I'm going to get out as soon as possible today. Write a few things down and push myself out the door. It seems like with me, the more I stay in, the more I stay in. I'm very comfortable being a hermit. Hello, baby. Very happy to be in solitary confinement, it seems, but difficult to get myself out the door. But I'm out today anyway, and no, the courts are empty but still locked up. It's a bit rubbish, but this ground I'm actually walking on I could skate on, really. I'm just being a baby, I'm just being a baby. Very easy to lose your confidence when you're just beginning something and you don't feel particularly good at it, and then your momentum's gone, and so you can't find a way to keep going because you've lost your momentum and you weren't that good in the first place. But I was speaking to someone today, her name's Edwina, and I think, well, she's a mature lady and a late starter, but she's already a road skater and she skates all the time in all the parks, be it Hyde Park, Battersea Park, she's everywhere. So I've got in touch, contacted her, had a chat, and as soon as we're able, I will be meeting up with the group and doing my best to find some momentum and keep going. Anyway, I'm going to sign off for the moment because it seems to be raining harder. Not that it's going to stop me from walking around, because I have to. Yeah, it's beginning to help. So I'll come back to you when I get home. So we're in Roundwood Park, and this is a shout out to Friends of NW10 past and present, and Willesden Local History Society, as they're always posting wonderful pictures of this park. The Aviary's just down there, and we're going to come back to that a bit later. Do you remember the bowling green? When I was a kid, this was always being used for those who played bowls. I think it was still being used up until the lockdown, but it looks really abandoned now. And this was always the best grass, as I remember. But it's sad now. I hope that people are still using it, well, when we reopen, because it was quite popular. It looks quite sad now. And next door, we're coming up to the cafe. I don't know how long. Well, I know that some of you haven't been here since you were kids, so you'd be surprised to see the changes. The cafe just opened just as a serving hatch quite recently, because I've stopped here a few times to see whether it had reopened or not, because it's really popular. I think Louis Theroux used to sit in here and have lunch from time to time, but it's just open for tea now. It's not open like it used to be, and the sandpit park's all closed up. But it used to be for the babies. My son used to play in here. Roundwood Lodge Cafe. A very good cafe. Well, it used to be. Hopefully it will return to how it used to be when it reopens. Oh, they're working in there. Wonder what they're doing. Back to the flower garden. This will look beautiful in summer. Who remembers the peacocks that used to be wandering around? I'm talking about the 70s here. No, I'm actually talking about the 60s. No, it was definitely the 70s. There used to be peacocks wandering around the gardens in this park. There used to be a lot of things going on in this park. Used to be the Brent show, so I remember people bring their pigs and cows and all sorts of things. And there used to be a hut, a beer hut, and bands playing. I'm sure High Tension played at one of the Brent shows. There used to be a lot more of these guys as well. Used to be so many different coloured types of birds and budgies when I was growing up. There used to be parrots as well. There's a lot more parakeets flying around than there is hens up in here. Look at that lovely blue one, look. Very lovely colour. There's a couple of them, that colour, look. But yeah, they used to have a couple more peacocks. Oh, you came just because I was filming. Show off. Very funny. Yeah, there used to be all sorts of different birds back in the day, as I remember. Right, so that was our mini tour of the park. For those who haven't been here in a very long time, as you can see, I didn't go home. I braved it through the rain and the dogs. I'm still going. I'm not power walking today, probably just for the sake of making a video. I'm not power walking, but I'll do one more lap then I'm off. This is that green space right next to the park. I can't remember whether this was the whole park when I was a kid, or whether it was the green space as it is now. Look at that. Now that is a great photo. Look at that. I never noticed that before. Isn't that brilliant? For the skaters among us, look, there's a skate park, and I never thought that it would be empty. This is one of the first times that I've been past here and there's not a soul in it. Of course, because everyone's at school. Look at that. So if I wanted to come in here and break my neck, I can do it in private. Brilliant. The last time I came through here, it was packed. And it seems like it's a firm bunch of people, like the skaters I know. It's a firm bunch of people that skate here every day, every week. After school, this will be packed. It's not just kids, there's adults in here as well. So yeah, I can't remember what this bit of green did when I was growing up. Whether it was actually part of the park or not. Does anyone else remember? It's a lot of wasted land actually. But the fun fairs still come in here and set up every occasion. So if it wasn't a lockdown, the Easter setup would have been here by now. Getting ready for the school holidays and setting up for Easter. And back to the main entrance that's been filmed quite often and in a recent advert. Don't know which one though, can't remember which one. And someone on one of the sites said that they lived in the house next door. And here is the house next door. Well, they used to live in the house next door, not anymore.